Good evening. This section is regarding the brain. Bismillah. The brain organ has many functions. It's surrounded by the skull. In an adult, it weighs around 3 to 5 pounds. The brain is divided into specific areas, all of which have specialized structures and functions, anatomies and physiologies. The cerebrum in the upper portion of the skull is divided into hemispheres. And these halves are connected through deep grooves. The right hemisphere controls most of the activity on the left side of the body, and the left hemisphere controls most of the activities on the right side of the body. It provides different illustrations here, and it speaks about different lobes: occipital lobe, frontal lobe, temporal lobe. The occipital is a place where you see, and through that perception, information or senses are interpreted. The frontal lobe is considered an area of thought, reasoning, even in some cases religiosity and speech. In Arabic we call it nausea. Temporal lobe, the auditory hearing area, is a portion of the brain, and there's always a discussion about what the mind, M-I-N-D, is, and the brain being the structure, and the mind being the inputs and the processing and the perceptions and the habits and lifestyles that people have built into their memory and glands and lobes and physiological factors that determine a person's ability to perceive reality and to process it. So the next section speaks about midbrain areas, medulla areas, the pons, the encephalon, the cerebellum. The sympathetic and the parasympathetic and the autonomic nervous systems are especially important. These neurons make up the sympathetic division, and it becomes active during any type of difficulty, stress, or danger, or excitement, and or illnesses. These types of pathways may cause eyes of people to change, their pupils, or other varying factors. The neurons also cause the heart to increase the rate and to increase oxygen or to decrease it, usually in large muscle body systems. There are experiences, if it is a longer period of time, where the action of the sympathetic system may cause changes in structure or function of body to brain to chemical reactions, and those are considered to be things that are good to know about. That means reflex is going to be different than a simple choice a person makes in order to live their life. And as I said, there are a variety of inputs that may affect someone's ability to interact, and sometimes feelings become a part of our anatomy and physiology: euphoria, exasperation, different types of known or unknown things that may happen. And here's a specific listing of it. If you see someone drooling, or if you see someone eating, or if you see someone with constipation, if you see someone who slips or falls often or does not slip or fall often, if you see someone who is withdrawing or interacting with society. So the goal of most care type programs are to protect the skin, or to provide adequate nutrition, or to establish increased levels of communication, to prevent contractures, or to reduce diarrhea, or to reduce the instances of constipation, to prevent any kind of known or unknown fall from happening, and to decrease feelings of loneliness or isolation or abandonment, or to minimize feelings of overly excited responses, and to listen. The biggest piece of care for loved ones is to use the types of scientific nutritional therapies or chemical therapies that may be an ointment or a cream, or uh, listening and taking time, and to understand that certain types of fluids or vegetables or cereals are necessary for every human body. And promoting self-care is important, and recovering takes time. And this is a key element for long-term growth as a person. And understand that while someone may recover, there could be remission for different exasperated symptoms, they call it here, or any types of chronic conditions. And really, the best form of recovery, as I mentioned before, are when you type www, is walking, it's water, and it's living to see the world as a wonderful place, and to be excited about discovering and uh, doing things that are meaningful to you and to the ones that you love. So I'll stop there with one final mention here is impulses from the rest of the body to the brain that can be lost include pain, temperature, pressure, touch, vibration, and location of certain body parts. And you'll find that many times there are ways to mitigate it, to strengthen our body against any kind of known or unknown injury or ailment or illness or disease or bacteria. And really, it's less about what it says here, and it's more about taking an active role in strengthening yourself through doing the things you love that you know are good for each individual person. So, take care.